Hi, I'm Andy Roberts, Technical Director at KEENCUT. We're here in our training facility and I'd like to introduce you to our Flexo plate cutter. It's designed for preparing flexographic printing plates so that there are no gaps between the two edges of the cut plate when it's mounted on the print roller. The machine comes with a number of different blades. For the process I'm going to show you here, I'm using a single edge blade. This is the Tech S015. S means single edged in that it's flat on one face and it's ground, sharp edges ground on the other. Be a little careful. The blades are marked up to cut on one corner, which is intended for use in the bevel blade holder. When using it in the 5-degree offset blade holder, it needs to be turned around to use the opposite corner. So when loading it, load it so that it's in the holder, you can see the writing. Push the blade right back up to the stop, into the blade holder and hold in place, lock in place. Now the test is that when you view the tip of the blade from the side, you should always see the ground edge. Whether it's in this side or in this side, if using a single edge blade, you must see the ground edge of the blade, then everything will work properly. When cutting flexo plate, you need to have a cutting mat underneath the material. With the machine comes a white plastic cutting base or cutting mat, or you can use a good quality card. This is Picture Framer's mount board, or even self-healing cutting mats. Only thing to be aware of is that when you use the bevel cutter, don't use self-healing cutting mats because it will destroy them. Okay, so load the material in with the smooth side downwards. So the smooth side is in contact with the cutting mat. Now I'm going to be cutting to these two targets here. The first operation is to cut most of the material away. So pass it underneath the cutter so that 5 or 6 millimeters is going to remain between the target and your cut line. It doesn't have to be too accurate, but just take a light pressure and just take 2 or 3 strokes to remove the waste. So now move the plate forward and we're going to be cutting to 2 targets that are mounted, that are formed on the plate, and we line them up with our sight line strip, which tells you exactly where the blade is going to cut. So I line up to our 2 plates, make sure the arm is down and cut. Light strokes and put in minimal pressure just on these fingers, and it doesn't matter whether it's 3, 4 or 5 strokes. The more gentle you are with the material, then the less stress you're putting it under, so the less deflection you'll get within the material itself and the straighter the cut. Okay, so making the second cut, turn the plate all the way round 180 degrees and do this exactly the same. The crucial thing about the way this cutter works is that this side of the cutting head has a 5-degree undercut. So instead of cutting vertically, it cuts at a 5 degrees away from vertical. That means that the edges of the flexo plate, when it's wrapped around the roller or the cylinder, as it comes to meet, it closes the gap here rather than the thickness of the material leaving a wedge-shaped gap in the top of the flexo plate. The left-hand side has a bevel cutter. This is just designed for cutting plates where they don't need to meet in the middle of the roller, and you want a gradual lead on and lead off to the edges of the plate rather than having an abrupt corner.